What's up, everybody? Joseph R. Wheeler III, artist, founder, and president of the ONYXCON Foundation. Welcome back to another live. Shout out to Marcus the Visual. That's the artist on the tee. Okay. Style fit check real quick. You know what I'm saying? Pumas on, Nike shorts, Black Panther archival. Salute to the first movie. They did a showing way back when the movie first came out. Brother Marcus the Visual and Greg Burnham, two very talented artists. Greg being the writer, Marcus being the illustrator. Tuskegee Airs, H-E-I-R, Tuskegee Airs, one of their main books. This was fan art, of course, for the movie. And they had a special screening of Black Panther. I went to that and was invited and went to that. So I still had this tee and I rock it every night. It's one of my favorite tees for when I want a nice fitted tee. Is it right up on the muscles, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's happening, y'all? How y'all doing this Saturday? I hope y'all having a good one. Keeping it peaceful. And however you choose to protest, if you will. Yeah, today is protest day, if you didn't know. Yeah, it's hardcore. I woke up and looked up and it was 13,000 nationwide. We ain't dealing with this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Folk letting it be known, letting their voices be heard. There's different ways to do that. I'm big on saying, yo, you ain't got to march in the street. From my perspective, look, hey, views and opinions expressed don't necessarily reflect those of ONYXCON's affiliates, associates, sponsors, etc. You know the drill. But for me as an individual, I say the real flex, as the kids say these days, but we've been saying it forever, just in different ways. The real flex is just do the best you, be successful, be the anti-nonsense, stay on the right side of history, support those that support you, oppose and ignore negativity and those who would want to bring us all down, like, you know, what's going on in the White House is absolutely absurd. And that's why folk are protesting. Enough is a damn enough. Folk fed up and they letting it be heard. And I love that they're letting it be heard in their own ways. Like I say, my way is right here, social media, pushing out content. ONYXCON, edutainment, 24/7. We're giving you what you need in many ways. Multi-niche content. We're inspiring. We're sharing art. And we mean that too, in every way. From style, fitness, rides, celebrating the ladies, travel. That's life, y'all. That's real life. I could go on and on and on. Y'all, if you're looking at the content, I ain't got to go on and on. You already know what you're here for. You know what you get here. You know how beautiful it is. Thank you for the thumbs up. One of my monetization nation is in the building. So I see that thumbs up. I know that's a real one. I know that's somebody who's got to be a subscriber. Because only they show you that kind of love. Everybody else just on the outside of the stadium talking about what might be going on the field. They're not even in the game. You know what I'm saying? It's a different perspective when you're part of something. When you watch it every day, you actually subscribe. You understand the numbers matter. Yes, indeed. Y'all like my new shades? I love it. I'm gonna do a special ONYXCON style. Go through my current shades collection. Showcase that eventually. Maybe one by one, but I got some new. Oh man, I just got these the other day. And another thing I teach here is how to shop on a budget, y'all. I mean, I'm like this, but I don't need a recession coming to shop on a budget. I've always been this way. I've always been the person. It costs how much? 100 and what? Okay, I'll see y'all in a few months when that shit on sale on the clearance rack. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And the funny thing about people who don't shop that way, it's so psychological. Like the same pair of shoes, shades, shorts, pants, shirt, sweater, whatever it is, cap, it don't matter, whatever it is, right? The day you went in a store and picked something else over that and bought it full price or whatever, right? And ignored something and then you see it on somebody else, or you see it somewhere, and you say, man, that thing growing on me. I think maybe I do like that. Okay? But by then, you can't find it no more than likely. It's sold out or something like that, right? But then, if you're lucky enough to find it at a clearance store, but see, people like that don't shop like that, so they ain't gonna never see it. And that's when I get it. And then they see it, and they say, man, that's fresh as hell. I've seen that before. I was like, yeah. I got it for like 20 bucks, man. And they be like, and then they just ready to jump off a cliff, because they could have bought it. They could have waited for it to be 20 bucks. But they the person that got to have it when it first come out for 100 or something. And that was the month where they almost got evicted and everything else. It's like, don't live like that. Don't live like that. Have y'all seen the movie yet? One of Them Days? It's the new joint. Keke Palmer and SZA on Netflix. Really good movie. I was talking about it on another live. But now that I finished watching it, I can really speak on it. And fair warning, there might be spoilers, so if you're going to lose your mind for me to tell you something about the plot, get off now, but come back later and finish the rest of what I had to say. But great movie. As I said while I was talking about it the first time I started talking about it, like I said, I wasn't finished watching it. I started watching it, and then I later went back and finished it. So, I want to give my fair, honest review of it after I finished it, But even halfway in, I said, okay, this is the girls' day in the life of some two girlfriends. Tough day in LA. Equivalent of, if you mix the movie this movie took place in Atlanta, if you remember it, with Bow Wow, called The Lottery Ticket. Classic movie. I like that movie too. Fun movie, crazy as hell, but fun. I ain't seen it in a while. I might need to rewatch that now that I've seen this, just for the hell of it. To tie all the parallels together of how they took elements of the plot and kind of redid it with this. Now, it is his own movie. Don't get me wrong. They did not remake The Lottery Ticket, but they mixed elements of The Lottery Ticket with Friday, especially the first Friday, with Ice Cube, Chris Tucker, the classic, Which, by the way, I saw a thing the other day on, I think it was on Instagram, said that Cube has gotten the official green light. They are going to do the next Friday movie. That's awesome, because that's been coming for a long time. Too damn long. It's starting to get to that point where it starts running into generational not knowingness, where, you get too far away from the fame of something. The new generation don't even know that this is a series of movies. They just like, huh? What? Friday what? These parents need to parent. When they get to teenage years and all that other stuff, when they listening to all this crazy music, they can sit down and watch Friday. Ain't nothing they saying in that they can't see, and explain stuff they don't understand, and don't assume they understand what the hell they looking at, because they don't. They think they know everything. They don't know. Teach them what they don't know. But yeah, this movie, One of Them Days, reminded me of, like I say, Friday and The Lottery Ticket. And the great thing about it, there was a lot of good things as far as life lesson stuff that was, coded into, like I say, what I love to do, edutainment. That's another reason why I support this movie, because it's edutainment. It's like, it's got some educational parts. It's got some social, political, societal statements about what's going on. Like, for instance, gentrification is one of the things that's being dealt with strong. There's this, the apartments that the girls live in, they're roommates, best friends, SZA's character and Keke Palmer. And Keke could be said to be the most responsible of the two. And then SZA is just all over the place. And she's the flighty, just like, what I hate about her character, that's a stereotype, but I can't say I don't know other artists like that, but being a visual artist, she was a visual artist, and they made her like the kind who gonna get weeded, gonna get drunk, gonna get to messing with her crazy boyfriend, this F-boy who's literally taking advantage of her. He's the house hopper, literally the homeless dude who is built and everything. And, and they allude to him having a big joint. So there's the stereotype of that she are in love with him because of the D power and all of that. And, oh boy. And of course, there's a scene like that in there for the ladies. So y'all enjoy that if you want. But, and anybody else who on that tip. But that, I laughed because I thought to myself when that scene came up, if you know the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, okay, either there's prosthetics or this dude as an actor gonna have to live up to that forever. Because one thing about that, see, if you do them kind of scenes, I'm an actor. I'm gonna say this real quick. I'll just say, if you do any scene where you're revealing something of was supposed to be your anatomy, the thing about that is you're setting yourself up for having to live up to that nonsense for the rest of your damn life. It's like, if it were fake or anything, now everybody's expecting that. And to make it worse, it could go against you. See, the stereotype, like I said, I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but because I know it's provocative and it'll, I know people, they'll laugh, they'll get the point. So it can go against you. Ask ladies, you know what I'm saying, as a dude who loves women, okay, as a fully heterosexual man, I've known ladies who straight up told me that the dude with the giant elephant joint ain't necessarily they vibe. And they kind of like still kind of pushing that joke in the movie, like, oh, I see why you, like literally Kiki's character is trying to get this fool up out their apartment because he ain't paying rent. He just literally leeching off of her. And he come out in her robe. That was tacky as shit, but they just made it as ghetto fabulous as it could be. And she's like, can I get my robe back? He takes out the robe, so then he's revealing that he's the workout dude. He got some muscles or whatever. And then they pan down to him in some damn boxer briefs, and his joint is all bulging next to his leg and shit. So, okay, so then she's like, I see why and she's like, girl, I'm addicted and all this mess. It's like, yeah. So she's addicted. But the joke of it really, like I say, is like, in reality, I'm not saying all. There are those ladies who, that's their preference, what have you. But most women, they not tripping about that. They not tripping about that. So it's like one scene in a movie has set back progress that was being made of women saying it's not all about that. Because for a whole nother generation of young goofies that ain't formulated their own solid evidence or whatever on this reality, or been through situations where stuff didn't work for them. Because I met women who said, no, they've been with dudes like that and it didn't work. There were some issues to the point of hospitalization. I ain't gonna go no further, I'm just gonna say, okay? So, like, it's just fall for fun in a movie, but at the same time, it's an ongoing stereotype of an automatic reaction that shouldn't automatically always be. To make it even worse, Kiki seems to be on this journey where as an actress and as a personality, she's trying to more and more reveal that she goes both ways or whatever. But in the movie, she keeps implying in various ways that she ain't thinking about dudes, that she's kind of more into girls. But then at the same time, there's this one dude in the movie she's feeling so much that she has a romantic interest in him. So you sum it up at the end that her character is both ways, whatever. But I'm laughing about it because I'm like, all right, okay, got you, Kiki, cool. If that's you, do you, fine. But it was almost, the other part was almost unnecessary. It was working just fine to show her having, because from the minute she sees the guy she's into in the movie, she's head over heels. She's just like, this is that guy that gets her every time she sees him, And it made sense for the rest of the plot. I'm not gonna give that away. It made a lot of sense. So I feel like you're trying to be so damn new and all this stuff. Everybody trying to be every way that they ain't necessarily, or even if they are, it's like, oh gosh. Pick one of your sides for this movie since you could do these two. I mean, whatever, but can we get that one side of you for this movie? That's just me. That's my opinion, like I said at the beginning of this, because I know it's gonna be controversial, but it is what it is. I speak my old school truth, and I can't be nobody but me. I'm just like, yo, as an actor who does not do any play with that, all I will ever all I can, all I desire to play is roles that relate to who I am or things I've experienced and things I can manifest because it's coming from a place of truth, not farce. So I can only play straight guys, that's it. But she's, she is supposed to be on this cusp. I'm like, well then, pick a lane, because it was working. And I was loving the chemistry between her and this guy and how it was worked out. I thought it was really funny. It was fun. It was a twist to the story that was really obvious by the end of the movie. But like as soon as I saw a certain stuff, I said, oh, okay, that's what that was. And if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Where he picks them up and gives them a ride at one point because they're in some trouble. But that's all I'm gonna say. See, I'm doing good. I'm not giving nothing away. If you've seen it, you know I'm not giving nothing away. But it's called One of Them Days, like I say. Now, another thing I loved about it, Cat Williams up in there. Cat is the man right now. He is killing it. Whatever Cat touches is gold. They don't tell him what they had to pay him to even get him on this movie. After that Shannon Sharp interview, look what that one interview did for this man's career. Amazing. And he been doing movies. This ain't nothing new to him. He been a star in movies, but I bet now his rate is crazy, And he's playing a homeless character, which makes it even funnier for this being one of the first roles he's played that I've seen since, the famous Shannon Sharp interview. Okay, but and he's a prolific character. That's all I'm gonna say. He says a lot of super smart things in a brilliant way at the right time, and that's what makes it so funny with his character. Then they got and I don't know this actor's name. Damn, I know his face. I definitely know his work. I knew his work before a lot of other people, jumping on the bandwagon of, oh man, that's so and so from Snowfall. He plays one of the gangsters on Snowfall, but in this movie, he playing this gangster. It's kind of like a Debo and Friday type thing. But one thing I give them, they didn't make that. I'm so glad they didn't make that the whole movie with that whole thing. He's kind of a side thing that comes in almost to the very end of the movie. He's noted, but he's not that big a deal. He's just extra drama to wrap it up with some more fun. But great actor, and a lot of folk don't realize he's an incredible martial artist too. That cat is like, I don't know if I would put him directly on level with Michael Jai White, but I'm saying, I think I put it like this: if Michael Jai White were to do a workshop on a certain style of martial ability, he could hang in the class. He wouldn't get tired. He might be the co-instructor. Okay, if you know the actor I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. I feel like I need to get the name for y'all. I don't want to do the brother wrong and not say who I'm talking about. Hold on for a minute. Let me go get that name. Hold on. Just pause for the cause. I'm going to be right back. I'm just flip between apps, go over to IMDb, get y'all the name, come right back. That's what I do. Hold on. All right. His name is Amin Joseph. Now, why wouldn't I know that? I mean, come on. I'm Joseph. So if I don't remember that, I'll just say Mr. Joseph, his last name. So I know I can remember that. But anyway, heck of an actor. And, like I say, people really have not seen his full ability yet, but he did an independent film. Boy, here I go again with more names that I know. I'm not going to do it again to y'all. I'm not going to keep flipping in and out because I know I'll lose my audience, but I want to say this. There's a brother who transitioned, this may have been like 4 years ago. Golly. Oh my gosh, I can even see his face. Brazilian American, extremely talented director, known for action, martial arts films. That was his specialty. And if you know who I'm talking about, you know the film that Amin Joseph was one of the stars of. But in his early career as an actor, on the come up, on the being noticed, did this independent joint. And I got a chance to see it when it toured just a few, it opened in just a few theaters across the nation. Atlanta being one of them. They had one theater here that was showing it, and I went out to support. Wanted to make sure I was going to support that, and I was happy I did. The movie was amazing for the action scenes, especially. Just, woo, them cats up in there was, everybody was kung fu fighting. I mean, those cats were fast as lightning. If you know the song from the 70s, it was one of them, but they were off the chain, and Amin Joseph was one of the guys, and it was like a gangster kung fu flick. Because basically it was like a mob family, Italian mob family, that had these black enforcers that worked for them. And basically the black enforcers got to a point of doing so much work for them, grunt work, that they got, it was a typical 70s plot. There was a lot of movies like that in the 70s where black gangsters were ran by Italians or other white groups, or perceived white, you know. But because Italians weren't always considered white. That's a whole nother history lesson. But anyway, but they basically rebelled against the higher ups and the whole feed of gangsterism, and it starts a war, and it's family against family. And typically in the 70s films, you know, both sides would lose soldiers, but the blacks would somehow come out on top, and you either have to go into obscurity, get out the game, or rule with a harder iron fist to keep their newfound dominance. And so it's that kind of movie. And I want to say it was, I think it was Call Me King. I think it's Call Me King. If you, yeah, I think that's going off a strong memory. It's like Jeopardy. Is that your final answer? Without looking, I think it was called Call Me King. But yeah, look that up. If you want to see, Joseph doing the other stuff he can do. Y'all don't know that man yet. I'm telling you, he got a lot of other skills other than just acting tough and shooting a fake gun and yelling and, you know, being Brutus about it. You know, because they always kind of give him roles like that ever since Snowfall. But he do other stuff. He actually got some hands and some feet. That brother, he lightning with it too. I'm telling you, he's serious. So yeah, a lot of talent, y'all. A lot of talent out here that doesn't get fully seen sometimes or recognized. So we here to show that and share that and tell y'all more about it so y'all can be aware. That's what we do. That's ONYXCON. Edutainment for the masses. So more I want to say about this movie. Issa Rae is one of the executive producers. That's how I knew it was even on Netflix. Super smart advertising. She had a real funny little quick 1-minute joint that was on Instagram like last week telling everybody, yo, it's out now, go check it out. And that's literally what made me push up my subscription on Netflix, because I had the one where it's only with ads. And I will tell you this, it's annoying as shit. I wish they would get rid of this. Damn, if y'all ain't getting enough money out of us in this crazy ass society. But you can't watch it like a lot of things on Netflix unless you get the no commercials version. The commercial level, because of they got some corporate BS going on, excuse to get more money out of you. Our licensing agreement with whoever and ever does not allow this movie, that movie, or those other movies you want to see to be seen with your package. You have to get the no commercials one. So I had to go up $10 on that. I was like, man, y'all get on my damn nerves. Because I had gotten that on one of them packages where it ain't really free. It's just an incentive for something else you end up paying for, some bundle or whatever. Oh man, with my phone bill and everything, everything all tied together, and you forget how it's tied. But then when it come down to stuff like this, they remind you real quick you ain't got enough to pay for these other things you might want to see. Oh, they're gonna get you now. They're gonna figure out a way to just suck some more money out of us. So they got me for that, because I just wanted to support the movie and see it. And no regrets on seeing the movie. I gotta look around and see what else. What's funny is I won't even know what else would have been under that I couldn't have seen until now. Because now all of it's gonna be available, you know. But because I think the next package up is just like the 4K or whatever version. I ain't need all that shit. I ain't got no 4K TV. I got a regular joint. You know, I got the regular HD. You know, just normal 3D looking picture, kind of, sort of. You know, I'm like, how many more levels of HD we gonna get to? Are we gonna get to like 8D and all? I mean, it's insane, man. It's insane. You get 5K and we're gonna get to 10K. You ain't even gonna be able to see the difference at a certain point. So what if it looks like you can walk into the TV because it looks like a portal? Your human eye will not be able to tell the difference. You know, that's just the reality of that. But yeah, it is what that is. But so, let me give y'all a little bit of this wetlands area, how it looks. It's beautiful out here. I love going through marshy areas like this. I'm on concrete. But I do get hardcore and go on trails that go through stuff like this when I got my boots and my other gear on. But today ain't that day. We weren't trying to do the hardcore. We doing the lightweight. This is the, wish I had a lady with me, but she's coming. You know what I'm saying? I've already put in my order to the universe. All my queens that are worthy will be a part of my destiny this year. Please believe it. Shout out to all the honeys that's real out here. Globally that know me. Know my soul, know my spirit, and appreciate me. You know? Y'all know how I feel about you. Yes, indeed. But what else was I gonna say about this movie? I don't want to give away too much. I'll just say the greatest thing to me was that they did have a really wonderful, empowering moment celebrating art life, so to speak. Because with SZA's character being a painter, I'm not gonna say how, I'm just gonna say in a way she kind of saves the day. And that warmed my heart, because being a painter, drawer, and all of that is my first love as an artist. Before I was ever in the film biz or anything like that, ever thought I would ever be acting or anything, my first love was always drawing and painting and everything. So to see them champion that in such a popular film with two super famous ladies, that's a good energy. That's gonna show a whole nother generation. Yes, you can do it. Yes, you can be successful with the talents you were born to manifest, and you don't have to give up on your dreams of doing that, you know. Because, you know, I never gave up on being a visual artist. I had a natural transition into film. It just literally, and this happens, any real artist knows what I'm talking about. You can go through stages where you switch medium because something else just becomes a more feasible and more lucrative, more better, more for your mental health and other health, to do it that way. I was gonna flip the camera so y'all can see this concert bike rolling by, but by the time I do, he'll be gone. It's a nice bike though. I'm sure you can hear it. Loud as hell. One of them customized, looks almost like a chopper mixed with a hog. One of them where it always has the speakers on it to be loud as hell. Sound like a damn concert rolling by. That's the kind of bike it was. Little ONYXCON rides moment. So we cover a lot here today, y'all. But yeah, I just wanted to say that that part of the movie was really, really special for me. And without any further ado, I'm gonna go on and keep my walk going and enjoy the rest of this day. I hope you enjoy the rest of yours. Make sure you subscribe. Do not let me know that you watched this far and are not a subscriber. Shame on your soul. Peace and blessings, y'all. ONYXCON.